Alright guys, welcome back to another repair video on the mighty Honda Accord. This morning I woke up, tried to start the car, battery was gone. I bought a new one right here. My old battery, I think it was at its end of life cycle. It was from 2022, so might as well just replace it instead of keep jump starting it every time. So yeah, this video I'm going to show you how to install a new battery on the Honda Accord Euro. Now, as you can see here, I did take the old one off, and taking it off is actually quite simple. Basically, first you do disconnect the negative side, then the positive, and your battery, it will be held in place by these two things. So one will be this thing. And this thing essentially hooks on these two. You see that? See that little light? It hooks on there, pulls up, and then you screw these bolts down, which locks it in place. And this is just your simple battery cover that you put on top. And then once you taken those off, you can remove your old battery. And now for the screws on these are all 10mm sockets. So you just need a 10mm. You don't need anything else. So it's quite relatively easy to do and easy to change. And now the battery itself. I got this one for $165 at my local battery shop. Normally, I got mine for pretty cheap, but normally they'll cost around 200 to 230 for a Japanese version. Now for my one, I think I got the Newton powered. Yeah, Newton powered. So running on a budget, so don't really have the money to afford this stuff, and I don't really care about that. I'm gonna replace this intake anyways in the future. So yeah, installation is pretty simple, just bolt on, bolt off, like how you would take it off. Now another thing with the batteries that you might not know is this sticker here. Now the sticker actually represents the date your battery was manufactured. So the letter stands for the month, so C will be March, and then the number behind it stands for the year, so 2026. So now I know this one was manufactured on March 2026. Unlike mine before, mine was H12, which was I think like August or something, 2022. So yeah, that's just how you can tell if your battery might need replacing. The majority of batteries have a life cycle from 3 to 5 years, so it's good to check in case and replace it so you don't get stranded in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, so now I'm going to show you how to actually prep your battery before you put it in. So of course, your negative, positive, I'll unscrew these plastic caps, and for me, I like to just place them on the side that they were screwed off so I don't forget which side is which. And essentially, the smaller one here, as you can see, these are two different sizes. So the bigger one is for the positive and the smaller one is for the negative. So just slide that right on there. Now, I don't know if I need to hammer it down. I might need to hammer it down. Okay, so I just did some digging online. Yes, do not hammer this down. It is not recommended. Luckily, I didn't. What you should do instead is you can pry these open with a flathead screwdriver to widen the gap if it doesn't fit on here. And I kind of already got this one on here, so I might have to just pry this one off. But yeah, when these converters, don't hammer it down because you can damage these terminals. When you damage these, it is bad. Alright, so now I've got these on. I basically pried it a bit, slid it on, and if you really needed to hammer it down, you can use the bottom plastic bit of your screwdriver and just gently tap it down. This one I think I did a bit too much, but it should be fine. I don't know, I might close this gap a bit more so it stays on, but yeah, that's essentially how you do it. So now we got these on, now we can slot the battery into your battery holder. And now when you're in there, make sure it fits and sits tightly. Now I'm just gonna move this positive one out the way. Make sure it sits in here tightly, and once you make sure it won't move, you can slide this cover on. Now, the side of which you slide on, I'm not quite sure, but just slide it along here. Like that. Like that. And what you can do is also put this piece back here. Now, I kind of forgot which way it's supposed to. I think it was this way. Yeah, I think it was this way. It'll basically sound like this. You have to hook it. I don't know if you guys can see. You have to hook it into the little hole down there. Yeah, see that? It'll pull on top, and then you do the same with this one down here, like that. And then after that, you just tighten these down, and the rest is all kind of simple. Now, when you're reconnecting, it is the opposite of how you disconnect it. So it would be the positive first, and then the negative. So just slide positive around here. You might need to loosen this because the adapters won't fit. But yeah, essentially just slide it on top of it like that. Like all fixing videos, there's bound to something that goes wrong. And what went wrong with mine is that my positive terminal, that little nut right here, yeah, I can't get any of my sockets in because my sockets are too fat and there is just not enough gap to fit a socket. So now that nut is stuck, and basically my positive terminal is just most of it is in. I kind of hammered it down with the plastic bit of my screwdriver, which is why the yellow pieces, but I can't get anything in there. I can't loosen this or tighten this. This one's fine. This one's on perfectly. This one, I need to figure out how to get this down here because I can't loosen this nut, and I don't think I have anything small enough to loosen that. I've tried all my sockets. I don't have that much, so like hopefully I can just try and keep hammering this down. Hopefully. So now everything's tightened down. Battery's not wiggling around. It is snug in place. The case, it doesn't really matter honestly, but just you don't want the battery stuff to wiggle around. This is all snug in place. You can just tighten this by hand. I don't know if you need to talk it to spare or not, but I just tighten it to the point where it won't move anything. And while I'm in the engine bay, I'll show you. Of course, K24A3. My car is relatively stock. I don't know what this mysterious liquid is, but my car is all stock. I haven't touched anything aside from removing some intake rubbers. So as you can see, this is my intake. Down there will be my second intake filter, and in between there's like this rubber tube. See, there's like a rubber tube. I just removed that out. Basically just allows it to breathe better, and also kind of makes the car sound a lot better as well. Same with this one. There's usually will be a cap on here. Now I didn't remove this. When I bought it, it came off. It was in the trunk because it was missing a few clips, so I just never bothered to put it back in. But I actually don't know what this is, honestly. So I don't know if this actually affects how the car sounds or not. But if you remove just that pipe, your car will sound 5 times as better than it was stock. And it's pretty damn loud as well. Okay, so now we're in the car. Now we're gonna try and start it and see if our new battery works or if something else is broken that wasn't the battery. Alright, let's try. Keys in. Okay, that's a good sign. What a oh, so my car, turns out it was the old battery after all, which is a huge sigh of relief. It means I don't have to replace anything more complicated. But yeah.